A genuine election is ultimately one in which the outcome reflects the freely expressed choices of the people. Elections are the art of democracy. When conducted with integrity, they allow citizens to have a voice in how and by whom they are governed. When it goes otherwise, many voters are concerned about the legitimacy of elections and the integrity of the results. In Nigeria, the 2023 general elections is less than 90 days. Electorate, in an interview with Galaxy TV News, speak on the roles of critical stakeholders, including the electoral body.
With this new technology that INEC has put in place, definitely people will come out en masse, because we have seen what happened at Osun. We have seen what happened at Ekiti, where a sitting governor has no say. So definitely it will. So it doesn't have anything to do with political this or that. No. Definitely the right egg will be put in the right. So it is what the people has voted for. Who the people has voted for, that will definitely be announced.
I also want to believe that in 2023, we will have an election that will be credible, that people can attest to the fact that, okay, this is the leader we actually truly elected to be our leader. And we can also pray that maybe the leaders can also live up to expectations of Nigerians' yearnings and the citizens' yearnings. And we can have a country that we truly and hopefully and pray for.
Local government and chairman election in the states, we will see that voters refuse to come out, and that's a good example that people has lost faith in our electoral process. And for INEC now, well, I wouldn't say we have lost hope, but if Yakubu Mahmood could be fair enough to allow the people's franchise to speak.
The electoral umpire, INEC, is assuring Nigerians of conducting the best ever elections despite intimidation by arsonists.
And we want to once again assure the people of Abeokuta South, the people of Ogun State, and the people of Nigeria that the Commission is determined to make the 2023 elections our best ever. We will not be deterred, we will not be cowed by act of arson by undemocratic or retrogressive elements.
In Nigeria today, electoral integrity has become a challenge. However, citizens need to be convinced that the reforms being introduced are real and deserve public confidence. From Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.
You're welcome back. What a way to begin. Very simple. We want to see how we can build your confidence. Because without you, the voter, there's nothing that we can do in the electoral process. INEC will just be there doing its own, and of course the political class too, they will be doing their own, but you are the cocoa, you are the one that is the center of attraction here. Don't let me go too far. Our guest today is Barrister Evans Ofili. Yes. You are welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yes, you've heard the intro, the mini future, as we said.
Yes.
Particularly that woman that was talking. What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, let me appreciate the management of Galaxy TV and the host and co-host for inviting me, and in particular to state that this program is the Flashpoint. Okay, it's a program that everyone should watch, because I have, scanned through programs we have in other stations around on radio, but I've not really seen one that is wholesomely devoted to the electors, educating the electors, instructing them on steps on what to do, what not to do, the new innovations. I mean, the last time I was in this program, we talked about the voyage of the innovations that we have now in the new Electoral Act. We now have BVAS. We now have, a lot of innovations that we ensure we have a formidable election in 2023. And also, let me use the opportunity to also thank INEC for what they are doing, because INEC appears to be very serious, especially with this election, coming election. And we have seen the display of that in some of the staggered elections in other states, Anambra and
Osun,
and
Ekiti.
all that, Ekiti. So I think it's a good one for us. What the electors should do is to go back to their power. Power belongs to the people. It belongs to you. Okay. The civic responsibility of the citizen is a hallmark of democracy.
Yes.
Without the citizen, as you said, there is nothing like INEC program like this and all that. So the citizens will decide. And when we say power belongs to the people, we know it's critical. Section 14, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution says, it is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people, through which government derive her legitimacy. That the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. So you see, people. In just one section, throughout that section, people. So it's about the people. The Constitution, the law recognizes the people as a hallmark of democracy. So that is why this program is critical and important. Now, on confidence building for the election, we should all know that, first of all, that the election belongs to the people. So in building confidence, what should the people do? The people should own the process. If you are in a community that you have possibly 20 polling units, those 20 polling units don't belong to INEC. They don't belong to the politicians.
Yes.
They belong to the people. That is why it is stationed in that community. The people own those polling units, and the people should decide what happened in those polling units. It will be an embarrassment and a mark of disappointment if the people allow other people to come to their units and decide what happens there, or come there to carry ballot box, or come there to distort the process, or come to their own community to stop them from voting the candidate of their choice. It is an embarrassment to the people. So the Nigerian people, the people of the community, should know that these units belong to us. They should guard it. Where you have power failure, they should provide a generator. Where you have anything that's not working, the people should provide something. They should improvise. They should ensure that their voice is heard. You understand? That is how to build confidence in a democratic process. Ultimately, they should ensure that they vote and secure their votes, and ensure that the result that is being churned out from their units is a result that reflects the true position of their votes. Anything short than that, anything that is short of that, it means the people have disappointed their unit, they have disappointed their community, they have disappointed democracy, and they have disappointed Nigeria at large and Africa. So they should make sure that they own their units and do the needful during election.
Yes.
That is the beginning of building confidence in election.
Yes, building confidence in the system. Before Blossom gives asks our question, I just want to chip in this one. The confidence that we want to build, is it for them to come and vote, or for them to just be bystanders, or for them to get themselves prepared, or for them to ward off those who want to disturb the system? Because there are various situations. There are some people, their own business is not to vote, and they are not ready to allow people to vote. They are going to disturb the system. And there are some, they care less. They vote, they don't vote, they care less. Theirs is that they don't even want to hear anything like that, because they go say na lie, na lie. They are always either pessimists, or they are just as made just not to want the system to work. Is there
our democracy has come of age, and the electors should know, and then the people, in communities should know that this election, everybody should participate. Okay, see, it's not right to give up at any point in time. It's not right. A living dog is better than a dead lion.
Yes.
Okay, so you must get involved. Okay, there are people who are already disenchanted. They are completely disappointed about the electoral system. They believe that it's about who gets what, when, and how. It's about vote buying. It's about corruption and all that. But like I said in my opening, if you own the polling units, you should decide what happened there. You shouldn't be the one that will be indifferent. Okay? So the confidence building we are talking about is that people should come out and prevent those that want to disrupt the election. They know, you see, there's something about community. In every community, there are three kinds of persons in every community. There are those who make things happen. Okay, there are those who watch things happen. And there are those who have no idea of what happens.
What's going on?
Okay? So those who make things happen usually are those who have developed their faculty. Okay, those who have education. When I mean education, I don't mean the 4 words of the school, but those who have the awareness and the importance of civic responsibility. Those are the ones that make things happen. Then the ones who watch things happen are those ones who are already disappointed. They don't want to be involved. Okay? So there's going to be a synergy here. Those who make things happen should ensure that they communicate to those who watch things happen and recruit them into the fold. You see, it's about communication. Okay? When you speak to people the right way, when you are able to, that is it, citizens' responsibility transcends beyond voting. It's not just to vote, okay? It's a pack. It's a pack. So every citizen must at least do something to move the community forward. And how do you move them forward? It's for those who make things happen. They know those who watch things happen. They should reach out to those ones, okay? Bring them into the fold. And those who don't have an idea at all of what happens, who are completely cut off, okay, possibly by virtue of lifestyle or by virtue of habits or whatsoever. Those who make things happen should also incorporate them, reach out to them, get them to come to the polling unit, let them decide their fate. Nigeria is not going to change by inertia. Nigeria is going to change by action. When we're able to get the right leaders, we have no business with poverty. We have no business. We don't have leadership. That is why our oil is being stolen, our economy is upside down, a lot of things have gone bad, because we don't have the right kind of leadership. If we want to get the right kind of leadership to fix Nigeria, it will not take us more than 4 years to do that. In one election cycle, we'll fix it halfway. In another election cycle, we'll fix it halfway. Before you know it, we have restored those. In this same country, there was a time that a first degree opened all doors. The fact that you have a first degree is an indication that anywhere you go to, you are needed. Today is not the case. It's about leadership. Okay, there was a time our Naira, okay, Caucasians, people abroad, travel down here to teach in our secondary schools and our primary schools. Even as at the time I finished university, I was taught the philosophy of law by a white man. Okay, they came here because the dollar was better than the Naira.
The Naira was better.
Sorry, the Naira was better. Okay? So today, what has changed in the same country, the same landmarks, the same sites, okay, is because leadership has failed. The country has not failed. Nigeria has not failed. Don't make that mistake. A lot of people say Nigeria has failed. Let's go out. Let's leave. You are going to somewhere. You are going to get that place overcrowded someday, and some policies will be made someday. Okay, but you are in your country. Let us do something about our country. Let us fix.
In fact. Sorry to cut you short. This Jackpot syndrome, I'm sure you know what it means for people to just go. A policy will come someday
when that place is
overcrowded, and they will now begin to treat them like shit. The best thing is that you stay here. My brother, I don't know. I'm an optimist, but it seems you are more optimistic than me, because the way you have been talking about confidence building, in fact, I now see that no, I'm going to stay put in this country and encourage more people to stay in this country, because this country is the place to be. But that's not the issue now. The issue is that there are some people who are just like that woman, if you remember, the second one, the woman, no, the Vox Bob, not the first one, the second or third woman, the lady, she was saying she's not that confident about it. Maybe she may be watching, or people who saw her talk, maybe they will hear you now. If you can further build confidence on these people that no, Nigeria is the best country. Or I like your philosophy. You make things happen. I make things happen. She makes things happen. And all of us, if we make things happen, things will happen good for Nigeria.
Things will happen.
You know, to add to what he said now, we'll be talking about building confidence and confidence building in the electoral process. Now, my first question is, how do they build? Just like you said, that woman, how would you advise them to build their confidence? Because there has to be a confidence first before there can be any building.
Yes.
So how can they go about this?
Well, first, the first point of it is that they are the ones chosen by law, by the Constitution, as the electors. They will decide who will lead, okay? So they have a role to play. We call it civic responsibility, okay? Now, that civic responsibility, before now, we have been having voter apathy because of the way the country, they have run the country on our return to democracy from 1999 to date. It has been a decline, okay, in purpose and everything, okay? So people ordinarily, it's not their fault that they are not, so many persons have their confidence that is way down, okay? It's not their fault, but we are saying that there is a rejuvenation somewhere. Okay, change cannot happen in a spark. It's a process, okay? Now we're saying that the fact that they are alive, they are well, they may not, everything may not be rosy, okay, but they have a role to play in in how the leadership of this country will emerge. And how would they do that? We are not here to tell them to vote this political party or that political party. It's left to them. But we're saying they should participate in the process, so that at the end of the day, whoever is voted in will be a reflection of the will and aspiration of the people. They too will be happy that the person whom they chose or voted for emerged, and they will have the moral rectitude to demand good governance. You see, because when you are not involved, you do not vote the person, you don't care whether the person campaigned or not, the person just emerged, and then you don't have moral justification to demand for good leadership.
True.
But when you are involved, and even the politicians, they see that you are involved. In some communities, they sign agreements with politicians that the following is what you must do. In some communities, they go to shrine to take oath. It's that deep that this and this and this is what you must do. It tells you that this is serious business. Okay, it's serious business. So that confidence they should build is that they should participate in the process. Who to vote for, when, how, and all that is left to them. Okay, to choose from the myriads of candidates they're going to get, from the president to governor to the house and the state house, and all that. It's left to them. But what they should not do is to develop apathy, become cold-feeted. Okay, you see, if an entire community, let's say the Ikeja, for example, if the entire community come out to vote, it will be difficult for some hoodlum to overrun them. The hoodlums, they will be afraid of the number. You see, it's because we don't come out. That is why some people will just come and take the ballot box or come and disrupt it. It's because we don't have the force, the numbers. If you have the numbers, they will think twice before they come there, because you are going to have, you're going to have people who are ready to make sure that this time around is not business as usual. And that is what we're saying. Come out and vote. It is important. Play your role, okay? Make sure that you follow the process through, so that at the end of the day, you have the moral justification to ask for good governance. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Yes.
But you cannot have leadership without followership.
Yes.
Okay, so that part, you must contribute your quota.
Yes.
Okay, I have a message from a viewer here, and I think this one is actually trying to say, I want to build my confidence, but I have not received my voter's card because they said it's not ready yet.
In fact,
what do I do?
In fact, that's what I wanted to say now.
Yes.
You answer him, because that's the question too, that how do people now, despite the various challenges, still continue to believe in the process and continue? I have my own personal experience, which I guess is his challenge, but I wanted to address it.
We have made a lot of advocacy on this issue, where INEC have refused or have not gotten the voters card of many voters in place for collection. You know, before now we went to court on the issue of why did they stop it? Because just delivered judgment.
Yeah, some few weeks ago, some few days.
I was in that matter, and I told them to, continue this thing, even though we know that as we speak now, it's already 90 days. So the judgment have been overtaken.
But of course, it shows.
Of course, it's a precedent.
It's a precedent that they won't do that again.
We have a precedent, and they won't do that again. But now we have, because 90 days to that, and we have been crying all that. But now, talking about the advocacy will continue. If you go online and most of the organizations I belong to, we have written letters to INEC. Okay, in fact, the last letter we gave them 14 days within which to provide the PVCs of all the outstanding, to provide all outstanding PVCs. And if in the next 14 days, it's already 7 days, because 1 week already, if in the next, we are going to go to court. Okay, because when we file a matter in court, it puts more pressure on them. Okay, and then this is not going to be because, well, there's no dispute, there's no conflict. So it's originating somewhere. It means we're just going to the day they hear us, the next day judgment. Okay, so the next adjournment will be judgment. So we're going to have that. So by the time we've served them, that will put more pressure on them, and to make sure that they get this, because February is just here. Yeah. This is December. I mean, we are just
fast running.
Yes, possibly 2 months away to the election. And this PVC, and a lot of, because INEC is not also speaking enough. And so many persons have interpreted it to mean that possibly they are working for some political parties.
I guess that's another issue.
Because they are silent.
They must speak to build confidence.
Yeah,
please.
The people.
They must speak. INEC must speak. Must be talking to the people.
Because you see,
that woman was referring to Mahmoud, that if Mahmoud can do that, if Mahmoud can do this, he should do this, he should do that, he should do that.
We heard him when he spoke, but he spoke on the basis of hoodlums,
policy, deep policy issues.
It's only addressing issues of
security.
Now there are pre-election matter. Like, how do I get my PVC to appear? Because if the state disenfranchise one citizen, it's an offense.
Yes.
The state is committing an offense against the citizen. Okay? So the state must ensure through INEC that every voter gets, and luckily the same letter we wrote to INEC, we copied other institutions and we copied the presidency to make that order, okay, to ensure that they are going to be reflected in the suit too. Okay, I mean, so that they will make sure that they put pressure on INEC to get, it's not rocket science. Okay? If they cannot produce the PVC outrightly, they should give us something temporary. I'm just in the alternative. They should give the people something temporary in the alternative. To use? Yes, because there's beavers. And beavers has to do with your face structure. Yes. Your registration is already in the database. So when you appear, and you don't have a voter's card, or the card cannot read your card, the machine cannot read your card, they will resort to the beavers. And beavers has to do with your facial configuration, your dentition, and your all that. Once it recognizes it, you don't need that card, really, in the true sense of it. So you can have access, because they already have it. So if they cannot produce the card, what they should do is to bring the database to the polling unit. So that if I don't have it, they already have it.
Yes.
They already have it.
Yes.
Okay.